So imagine you've got one last chance to speak to the people you've led for 40 years. What do you even say? That's the huge question at the heart of one of the most powerful speeches ever recorded, the final words of Moses to Israel. And believe me, this is way more than just a goodbye speech. It's basically the blueprint for their entire future.
Now really, think about it. 40 years. You've led these people through deserts, through miracles, through everything. Now, you're at the end of the line, and you have one last shot to get your message across. What is the one thing, the one crucial idea you need to leave them with? That is the exact spot Moses finds himself in. And the stakes here could not be higher. You see, the original generation, the ones who escaped Egypt, they're gone. This is their kids, a whole new generation standing on the banks of the Jordan River, looking across at a new land. They didn't see the plagues, they didn't hear the thunder at Mount Sinai, they've only heard the stories. So their whole identity, their entire future, it all comes down to this one moment.
Okay, so the heart of the command, Deuteronomy 6. How does Moses even begin to prepare them for this massive choice they have to make? Well, he starts right at the foundation. He gives them an anchor for their entire society. He gives them their why.
And this is it. This is the core. It's known as the Shema, and it's pretty much the central declaration of the entire Torah. But the key here isn't just believing in one God. The really radical part is the response this belief demands. The command is to love. And we're not talking about a casual, flimsy kind of affection. This is a total, all-in, all-consuming love that uses every part of you, your heart, your soul, all of your strength.
And this love isn't meant to be some private little feeling you keep to yourself. Oh no. Moses makes it crystal clear. This has to be woven into the very fabric of your day-to-day life. It needs to be the soundtrack to your life. You talk about it when you're at home, when you're on a walk, when you go to bed, when you wake up. This right here is how you build a culture. It's how you make sure your core values actually get passed on.
All right, next up, renewing the sacred covenant from Deuteronomy 29. So with that foundation of love firmly in place, Moses moves on to the next critical step. He has to formalize the relationship. See, it's not enough for this new generation to just hear the stories. They have to personally and publicly buy in. And he does this by renewing the covenant. Now let's be super clear about what a covenant is. This is not a casual promise. Think of it like a sacred treaty, a binding contract. In the ancient world, you couldn't get any more serious than this. This agreement defined who they were, what their relationship with Yahweh was, and what their destiny was going to be.
And just look at who was included in this thing. It's incredible. This wasn't just for the VIPs. Moses spells it out, everyone is here. Leaders, elders, all the men, your kids, your wives, and get this, even the foreigners living among you. The message was unmistakable. Nobody sits on the sidelines. We are all in this together. This was a total, all-encompassing national commitment.
So this all builds to the absolute climax of the speech, the ultimate choice, life or death. With the foundation of love set and the covenant renewed, Moses now lays out the consequences in the clearest, starkest terms you can imagine. There is no middle ground here. He basically puts two paths in front of them, two completely different futures. Path number one, life and blessing. We're talking abundance, peace, victory over your enemies, and the very presence of God with you. Path number two, death and curses, disease, famine, defeat, exile, and God's face hidden from you. The contrast is just brutal, and that's the point. He wants them to feel the full weight of the choice in front of them.
And the path to life? It's really straightforward. It flows directly from that very first command, to love Yahweh and to live in obedience to the covenant they just made. In this view, blessing isn't some random prize. It's the natural result of being in a healthy, right relationship with your God.
On the flip side, the path to the curses is just as clear. And notice where it all starts, with forgetting. Forgetting their identity, forgetting their God, forgetting their history. And that forgetting leads straight to disobedience and chasing after other gods. So this isn't some arbitrary punishment. It's the nation actively choosing to walk away from its very source of life.
So this is it. This is the moment it all comes down to. Moses sums up the entire 40-year journey, all the laws, everything, into this one powerful, final plea. He lays the options out plainly, life or death, and then he begs them, therefore choose life. The choice is theirs, but the outcome he desperately wants for them, and for their kids, is unmistakable.
So, why does this ancient speech still resonate so much?
Because when you really get down to it, Moses wasn't just talking to one group of people at one time. He was framing a question that is absolutely timeless.
I mean, that core choice, right, between a life-giving loyalty on one hand and a self-destructive rebellion on the other, that's a universal human story. The reason this speech became such a foundational text is because it lays out those two paths so clearly, the same two paths that are always in some way in front of us.
And that really brings it all back to us, doesn't it? Moses put the choice to his generation right there on the edge of their future. They had to decide who they were going to be. So if this story acts as a kind of template for these huge generational decisions, it really forces us to ask ourselves, what is the great choice facing our generation right now? And which path will we be remembered for choosing?